Hi, I'm Jen from Kiss of Metal, and in this video I'm going to show you how I like to use slightly smaller shot plates like the Starfish here and the Zigzag Sun.
Figuring out how much silver you need for the die can be quite tricky, so I just like to fill it with silver, roughly gauge how much would fill it perfectly, and then put a little bit more in there so that when you press it you know it's going to reach out to those further areas of the die shape. Once you've made your ball of silver, I would weigh it and then write it down. So if it's successful for you, you know in the future when you use that die exactly how much scrap silver you need to make a perfect impression. I intend on making a pair of earrings with this Zigzag Sun die. So once I've measured out how much scrap silver I think I'll need to press into the die, then I'm going to weigh it. So here you can see I've got 1.49 grams exactly. So I'm going to measure out exactly the same 1.49 grams in silver again, and then I can make 2 silver balls so that I can press them to make identical impressions. This is not essential, but I just like to file the bottom of the balls of silver that I'm going to use for the Zigzag Sun die, just because they're going to sit flat in the die, a bit like this. And then for the Starfish die, the ball of silver I'm actually going to put then upside down. I think that the shape, because it's curved, it's going to hold better in that die shape. And for these shot plates, I'm going to use the tapered pusher. Anything that's smaller than the end of that tapered pusher, I always like to use this one. If anything was wider than it, I would use the flat pusher. Make sure to put the pusher in the center of the hydraulic press. So look at it front on and check it's in the center, and then go to the side and check it's in the center that way as well. Once the pusher is in place, then you put the shot plate in and make sure the part that you're pressing is in the center of the pusher. So again, check it from the front and then go to the side and check it from the side as well. Ooh, I love it when it only takes one press. Now to do the same with the other one. Okay, so this can happen a lot with the smaller dies where you press the shot and then you can't get it back out. So my advice is to use a small kitchen knife, just slot it in the side and just give it a little flick with the edge of the knife blade, and you'll find that it should come out no problem. The suns are done, and now to try the Starfish one. So the silver has got to reach the furthest points of the design on all 5 of its legs. So let's see how many presses it takes for me to do this one. The first press went really well, but as you can see here, some of the legs on the Starfish haven't quite reached. So there's a couple there, and yeah, a tip on that one as well. So we definitely need to do it again. Two presses worked absolutely perfectly. Now to cut it out, which can be really tricky with a small piece like this. So my advice is to draw around the design with a fine line marker. This will give you an easier line to follow when you're sawing, rather than trying to saw along the really undefined line between where the impression is and the flat base of the silver. So yeah, that's my advice. Draw around it, and then you can choose whether you want to saw around the outside of the pen that you've drawn or within the line to try and get it as close to the impression as possible.
And there you go, that is how I would use these smaller size shot plates. Try it yourself and see what results you get.